Many folks look at Patrick's star and just see pure laziness wrapped in cluelessness. He spends his days chilling under a rock, zero ambition, always stumbling into chaos, and never thinking beyond the next few minutes. At first glance, he seems like the last guy you'd want to learn from, but peel back the silly surface and you'll find something refreshingly honest, straightforward, and even pretty insightful about how to live. Let's unpack why Patrick's approach might actually make a lot of sense. Get comfy, maybe grab a snack, and let's dive in. One of the biggest things he nails is ignoring our culture's nonstop push to hustle harder. We're bombarded with messages to level up, stack achievements, grind side gigs, and optimize every hour. Patrick, he does none of that. No 5-year plans, no climbing any ladder, no trying to prove himself to anyone. Take that episode where he falls into a weird hole and suddenly turns into a genius. He starts hanging out with Squidward and Sandy, starts judging SpongeBob, and ditches his easygoing vibe for something that looks more impressive on paper. But the joy? It vanishes. SpongeBob misses his old buddy so much that he helps get him back to his regular self. The second Patrick's back to his fun, goofy ways, they're both thrilled. The message hits clear. Chasing smarts at the cost of your warmth and easy spirit can leave you isolated. Patrick picks real connection and laughter over status every time. He'd rather be the lovable fool with his best pal than some sharp, lonely know-it-all. That's a smart trade-off. Because he doesn't chase more, he skips the burnout too. Just rocking under his stone, taking the world as it comes, that's a quiet rebellion against all our pressure and deadlines. Patrick's also got this easygoing take on not knowing stuff and messing up. He looks ridiculous most of the time, and that's part of the charm. But he never sweats admitting when he's lost, or made a dumb choice. Remember when he briefly became king with total power? He went full dictator, building crazy stuff and even turning on his friends. The instant he saw what he'd become, though, he dropped the crown without hesitation. A lot of us freeze up worrying we'll look foolish. Patrick shows it's fine. Mistakes are just life happening. You can't really live fully if you're scared of them. Then there's how real he is with his feelings. Patrick doesn't bottle anything up or fake it. Happy, he beams. Scared or down, he lets it show. In one story, he throws a whole celebration for the tiniest win. No embarrassment at all. In a world where plenty of us paste on smiles while stressing inside, his openness cuts through so much unnecessary pressure. At the heart of it all is his bond with SpongeBob. It's messy sometimes, but built on something solid. Patrick doesn't try to use his friend or change him, he just accepts him fully. Like when SpongeBob kept bombing his driving test, Patrick jumped right in with some wild scheme to help, no questions asked. It flopped, but the point was, he showed up. Their connection thrives on zero judgment or rivalry. That's why it feels so genuine and lasting. Patrick lives right in the now. He barely dwells on yesterday or stresses about tomorrow. As long as he's got his buddy, a spot to crash, and something good to munch on, he's golden. And if that friendship slips away, he'll go all out to fix it. While the rest of us get stuck replaying the past or fretting about what's next, he reminds us how freeing it is to just be here. He squeezes real happiness out of tiny stuff too. Tasty food, goofing around with SpongeBob, or just staring at the sky from under his rock. The series shows through him that savoring those everyday bits builds a kind of resilience. No wonder he's usually the cheeriest guy in Bikini Bottom. He's basically a minimalist without even trying. Lives under a bare rock with almost nothing. Need something? He whips it up from sand. After finally passing his driving test and getting a shiny new boat, he tosses it aside like it's no big deal. Patrick proves you don't need piles of stuff or fancy titles to feel content. If you think about it philosophically, he's basically living out Epicurean ideas, chasing happiness through simple joys and steering clear of needless pain. He sidesteps society's scripts about climbing higher, fitting in, or constant achievement. He just stays true to himself, even if it looks odd to everyone else. Sure, he's not flawless. That laziness can slide into total irresponsibility, and his clueless moments sometimes come off as immature. He doesn't always consider what might happen next, which would spell trouble in the real world. Even so, there's real wisdom packed in his character. He shows us how to dial down the worry, be kinder to ourselves, embrace life with open arms, and stay rooted in the moment. So, without copying his whole routine, what can we borrow? Give yourself real rest without the guilt trip. Let your feelings show honestly to yourself and the people around you. Stop fearing slip-ups and see them as normal steps along the way. Hunt for joy in the everyday little things. Spend more time actually present instead of always projecting into the future. Patrick Star quietly proves life doesn't need to be the constant grind society sells us. Real happiness hides in those small, heartfelt moments we knew so easily as kids. Stepping off the endless success treadmill isn't giving up, it's claiming your freedom. Every now and then, it's worth flipping into Patrick mode. Unplug, settle under your own rock, hang with the folks who matter, and just soak in the moment.